Doctor! That's terrible about Mr. Soders. What happened?
He died.
So I understand. But how? All those doctors and surgeons and Kai on standby? How could something like that happen? I mean, I don't blame you. I'm sure you did everything you could.
I always do. Excuse me.
So, you here for a job application or what?
Something like that.
Nice. If you don't mind me saying so, your particular choice of attire is maybe a little, I don't know, off? For a job interview, I mean.
My suit is at the cleaners.
And you couldn't find anything else to wear?
Correct.
You must lead a very interesting life, my friend.
You have no idea.
So, it's a great outfit. Thinking it must get pretty warm in there, though.
It's insulated.
Huh. Imagine that. I guess it would have to be if you're supposed to wear it for hours and hours every day. Do you know, get to use it at home? For parties and things like that, I mean.
No.
Right. I have a friend who's into that sort of thing. Cosplay, assuming imaginary identities. He says it's very liberating. Mascot outfit takes him out of the stress of everyday life and work, you know?
Not really.
Yeah, I guess it's different when you do it for a living. How's the pay?
Sufficient.
Nice. Okay, good talk.
Hey. So here's the deal, Flowers. The boss is having a powwow with some employees, and discretion is the name of the game. I'm sure you figured that out already, you being a scholar and all. Don't discuss, disclose, or hell, even contemplate what goes down. Just set your mind to wool-gathering mode. You think you can do that for me, Flowers?
Worry not, Mr. Cortazar. I'm the very soul of discretion.
Senor Caruso has been informed of your arrival. Please, follow me. I shall take you to his quarters. May I say, it is well that you are here, Doctor. The Master has not been himself lately. I only hope you are as good as they say.
Don't worry. I am. Isabella bullied you, shamed and belittled you, made you feel like a failure. All to keep you, her last and loyal son, from ever leaving too.
Stop it. I don't want to hear it.
Your mother was a monster. Is that not why you killed her?
What? How dare you?
You couldn't breathe. She smothered you, so you smothered her. Is that how it happened?
Yes! All right. I did it. I did it. Are you happy now? Is that supposed to be cathartic?
The sun. It's fixed. It should glow as specified.
Wonderful. Yeah, I can see that. Hopefully that weird man will finally leave me alone. You're my hero.
I'm certain he won't bother you anymore.
Thank you.
So, I was surprised by something you said earlier. You said you know that I'm living under an alias, that I'm not who I say I am, which you're the only one that knows that, and I don't want to have to kill anybody or put out a, contract on anyone. But if people found out, like my boss at my job found out I wasn't who I said I was, well, things would have to happen. People would have to be dealt with, and I'd rather that not happen. So, is there any way you can tell me who knows my real identity so I don't have to kill them?
Your future is death. Any questions? You are going to die. Now leave before you kill us both. I see death, and it will happen if you don't leave now. What can you do for me? Let's have a quick look at you before we do anything drastic, Mr. Williams.
Fine.
Cough, please.
Look, tell it to me straight, Doc. Is it bad? I got some very serious business to attend to, and I really don't have time for this shit.
We'll be done soon. Turn around for me.
Oh, hell! Can't you do anything to strangle this cough, Doc?
I have a few ideas, Mr. Williams. Hi. You want to try something different?
Yeah, sure.
Any preferences? You look like a citrus type to me.
Surprise me.
You got it. Like a private meeting, please.
Oh, all right. Are you a client?
I'm looking to become a customer. I have a substantial private savings I'd like to deposit with your bank.
Wonderful. How substantial?
7 figures.
7. I see. Excellent. Yes, let's just find a nice private area then. Follow me, please. I didn't catch your name, Mr.
Reaper.
So, what do you do for a living?
I'm in the retirement industry.
Ah, then we're in a very similar business. Have these past few years been as profitable for you as they have for us?
Very.
Excellent. Director Savalas has taken us to record profits. All it took was a creative approach to the elimination of, let's say, unwanted elements.
I'm all for elimination.
Let me just activate the booth privacy setting for one moment. This way nobody can see or hear anything that goes on in here.
Practical.
You have your credentials on you? Well, this all looks very promising. Yes. Good. Oh, you worked for Darwood Rangan. Hope you weren't there on the day of his tragic death.
Thank you, Father, for seeing me. I've been looking for you.
I'm listening.
Thank you, Father. I thought you would be more reluctant, but I have sinned. I've committed horrible acts of greed, lust, and more. I'm currently planning on evicting this town and all of the old scum that's been sitting on this gold mine. I did it because of avarice, I'll admit. But this is such a beautiful town. It's far too good for the poor. We can make so much money here. And, well, will you forgive me, Father?
10 Hail Marys, and you're on your way to redemption.
Is that it? You have relaxed with time, Father Francesco. Thought you would put up a fight.
I believe in forgiveness.
Oh.
This to be the final brush. You know, this painting is sure to bring you a lot of future work. Because once the word gets out and my art appreciating friends see it, your phone will be ringing off the hook.
I can't wait. Hold your breath for a moment, Mr. Rangan.
That's the reason I told you I wouldn't pay for the commission, by the way. I'm not stingy. No, not at all. But if I'm already paying you in exposure, well, let's not overdo it, you know?
I prefer cash over exposure. Clench your fist, please.
Who doesn't? But sometimes, exposure can be worth more than just money. Because in this case, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Just wait and see. When you're done with this job, the contracts will be rolling in.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Rangan. Can you look up a bit? Thank you.
I expect you to be efficient. I have a lot to see to today.
I'll do my best.
God. What's that smell? It's you. Oh, how can you stand it? Your clothes are so filthy I can literally taste the stench. When did you last change your outfit? Seriously.
I change my clothes all the time.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Who's repping you?
Small agency. Very low profile. You wouldn't have heard of them.
Old buddies from school, huh? Don't have the heart to let them go? Yeah, I thought so. But believe me, man, you gotta aim higher. Anyway, so I have this project coming up. Yeah? I think it's right up your alley.
Going solo?
Yeah, that's the plan. I could use a solid drummer.
A hired gun, not a partner. Someone who does the job without getting noticed.
Oh. So you're interested?
It's what I do.
What?
What happened in here?
Someone bled out here. Looks like a sudden hemorrhaging. Blood pouring from the mouth and nose. Possible vomiting of blood. Distance between the pools indicates the person was conscious at first, but severely shocked. Handprint on the wall corroborates this. The person lost consciousness after 20 to 30 seconds. Probably bled out in a matter of minutes. There's a strong chance this was caused by a severe allergic reaction or a straight poisoning of some sort.
That's a very detailed description. Did you read the police report or something?
I dabble in forensic investigation, among other things.
I see. Well, let's get the hell out of here.
Oh, one last question. I'm just curious. You're nicknamed the Vulture. Why?
I find it's best to wait for the perfect kill.
I think you'll be perfect for the job.
Highmore Consulting is planning a merger. I want to know with whom and at what price.
All right. Consider it done.
And that's for you. Keep it on you at all times. Last resort.
Cyanide. Good choice.
He's not lying.
That's it.
Last question, then. Were you sent here to kill me?
No.
He's not telling the truth.
I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
I understand you need to protect your clientele, but losing Soders is not an option. Keep me posted. I'll be watching very carefully how you handle this, Director.
Yes, miss. In the meantime, watch your back.
The question you must ask yourself when the time comes is what side you choose to be on. But that is not for now. For now, focus on your business and what you do best, friend. That is all.
I will do that. We're done.
Good work, my friend. This was an excellent experience. You show great skill with that razor, my friend. In another life, I could have used a man like you.
I managed to find a bottle of our 2006 Pinot Noir, inspired by wines from the Our Valley. Medium-bodied and fruit-forward, with an aroma of cherries and raspberry. It's to die for. And finally, tree poles. This one is tricky. Find a good spot for it.
Now, this is a view to die for.
So the engine limiter has been reinstalled and fitted as requested. You don't want a repeat of your accident, ¿verdad?
Right. That would be terrible. Thanks for the tip.
Mr. Parsons, I don't like to be kept waiting. I trust we can be efficient now I'm here.
I can be very efficient, Madame Carlyle.
All right, Doc. Where'd you want me?
Miss Knox, come on in. Have a seat and relax.
So, what's on the menu? Something that'll take care of this hideous pain in my neck, I hope.
I promise. Once I'm done, you won't feel a thing.
So what's in this thing anyway, Doc?
Mostly floral extracts, hemlock, belladonna, aconite. It's designed to be fast and efficient.
Fast and efficient. I like that. Wait, belladonna? Isn't that poisonous?
Yes.
Should I be concerned?
I'm not. Just relax. It'll be over soon. I'm here to take over for the next set.
Oh, shit! You're like the missing Kraftwerk brothers or something. I love it.
I see a lot of dead weight.
I've made a similar observation. Tell me more.
Well, the objective is find the root of the problem, work to get close to it, and then eradicate it.
I like your thinking. How would you approach the task you see before you?
My usual method is prepare intensely, study the problem, learn everything I can, analyze all approaches. The idea is to gently nudge people to do what I want. And then, once the objective is in my sights, perfect execution.
Not afraid to spill some blood in the process?
Not at all. In fact, I find that happens quite often.
I like you, Foreman.
We're letting you go, Mr. Jackson. The bank appreciates your contributions over the years, but we feel it's probably best to part ways at this time. This may upset you, but let me assure you that eventually you will come to embrace this point in your life as an opportunity.
This is not my first termination, Miss Savalas.
Ah, somehow I'm not surprised.
Diana Burnwood. Long time no see.
Forgive me, I can't quite place you, Mr.
Reaper. Tobias Reaper. We used to work for the same company. They went under.
Ah, yes. A shame what happened. But nothing lasts forever, I suppose. Oh, but where are my manners? This is my colleague, Tamara Vidal.
Miss Vidal?
What brings you to Argentina, Reaper? Are you one of Don Yates' clients?
Client? No. I'm more of a service provider.
Right. Well, it was lovely to see you again, Tobias. Now, if you'll excuse us, Tamara and I need to mingle.
Of course.
See you around.
Hello again, Miss Burnwood. Miss Vidal.
He is a polite one, isn't he?
Oh, Mr. Reaper is in many ways a man out of time.
And what is it you do, Reaper? Don't tell me. Banker.
Corporate liquidator.
Ah, so you're the guy nobody likes.
They so rarely get a chance to know me.
Well, we really should be getting on.
Do you dance, Reaper?
I like to lose myself in a crowd.
Good. Perhaps we'll do a bit of that later. Dancing.
The night is young, Miss Vidal.
No offense, but your guy is getting kind of stalky.
Miss Burnwood, Miss Vidal, we meet again.
We do indeed. You know, I just tried befriending you on social media, but your profile appears to be blocked for requests.
In my line of work, privacy is power.
Well, you certainly do take bland, generic tourist photos like nobody's business. Why, you've got every cliched attraction known to man, from the Sphinx to the Easter Island statues, but never with you in them. Camera shy, Reaper?
I generally try to keep out of photos myself.
Right. Would you mind taking a walk, Reaper? I'd like to discuss something on the QT.
Tamara, I think you have the wrong idea.
No, please. Lead the way.
Tobias, I'm sure you have
Right
somewhere
this
to
way.
be.
I know a spot away from prying eyes. So, corporate liquidator. That must be exciting.
Nothing quite like it.
I bet. Weeding out the old and slow so that something new and
Monumental
fast may
Records are
thrive.
longtime clients of
Admirable.
Morgan.
That suit's just
Say,
smashing.
do you have a business card? Or are those out of style?
I don't advertise. I rely strictly on word of mouth.
I see. Only as good as your latest job, huh? Must be stressful.
It keeps me on my toes.
I bet.
Hi there.
What was your biggest job? The biggest fish you've
It's a nice
ever
gesture, but
liquidated?
The next one, Miss Vidal. Always the next one.
Won't be long now.
Evan, and this is Melissa. We're both with HR, and we will be guiding you through this last test.
It's important to stress that there's no pass or fail here. It's merely a standard personality test meant to gauge how you'll fit into our corporate culture.
All right,
If you're ready, let's kick this off, okay?
I'm ready.
Okay, so this is a very simple test. All you do is pick a card and tell us what you see there. Now, it's important to point out that there are no right or wrong answers here. It's just to give us a better impression of who you are on a psychological level. Does that make sense?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, Mr. Thomas. Let's proceed then. If you will, please pick the card that most conjures up the word opportunity.
This one.
All right, now look at it closely. take a few moments, then tell me, do you see an animal or an object?
Animal.
I see. What kind of animal?
A bird. An eagle, perhaps.
An eagle. Very interesting. A forceful animal. Anything else?
It's feeding on something.
Feeding? On what?
A carcass. The scene is reflected in a pool of blood flowing from the body. It's a vulture feeding on someone else's kill.
That's very graphic, Mr. Thomas.
Yes, brutal even.
Right.
Very interesting observation, Mr. Thomas. Not what we expected, but that's perfectly fine. Let's take the next one, shall we? Pick any of the remaining cards that make you think of execution, please.
I'll pick this one.
Good choice. Tell me, what is the first thing you see here? Just the very first thing that comes to mind.
I see a figure in a large coat. Perspective skewed, as if I'm looking at him from the ground. He's got something in his hands.
Go on.
He's armed. Dual firearms. Large caliber pistols.
I see. What else do you see?
He's just finished a job. Perfectly executed.
And who is this man?
It's me.
Very, very interesting, Mr. Thomas.
Well, that's a very creative interpretation, Mr. Thomas. I think we've just got time for the last card. Please proceed. This last card should hopefully make you think of prosperity.
Okay.
Oh, very good. This is an interesting one. What do you see here? Take in the whole image, please, and in as much detail as possible, tell me what this reminds you of.
Wealth.
Can you elaborate on that?
I see a big pile of money earned performing questionable actions.
And how do you feel about that? Bending the rules of the game.
It's what I do.
Very good, Mr. Thomas.
Well, I have to say, that was very impressive, Mr. Thomas. With your cutthroat approach and killer instinct, I think you'll fit right in with Milton Fitzpatrick. Wouldn't you say so, Melissa?
I couldn't agree more, Kevin. Mr. Thomas, allow me to congratulate you on your new position as an investment banker here at Milton Fitzpatrick.
Mr. Power, it's a pleasure to meet you. You landed a few days ago, so why did it take so long for you to get here? You know what? Never mind. Let's just get this over with. I have places to be and people to kill. You know how it goes, right?
I certainly do, Mr. Delgado.
You know, you look different on TV. I can't quite tell what it is, but there's something off.
You know what they say. The camera adds 10 pounds.
Yeah. Apparently, it also gives you new cheekbones.
I just had surgery.
Sure. Well, I figured it was something like that. God, she's been under the knife yearly for the last decade. Me, personally, I would be caught dead doing something like that.
Time will tell, Mr. Delgado. You need to keep still, Mr. Delgado. I wouldn't want to stab you by accident.
Hey, Jose, I need you to leave us alone now. You're too wound up right now. You understand?
All right, boss, all right. But I'll be back in a little while if I don't hear from you, Huevon.
Oh, finally. Some peace and quiet.
Can I finish my work now?
Do what you do best, man.
You got it.
Yo, where did the boss go?
I'm not sure. He looked a little dead after I was finished with him. This is an industrial cold storage unit, useful for preventing cellular decomposition. It easily reaches temperatures of -10 degrees Celsius. Trust me, you don't want to stay inside for long.
No kidding. Hey, there's no doorknob on the inside. Seems like a pretty glaring safety omission, if you ask me.
Probably soundproof, too.
And good luck getting a phone signal.
Follow me, please. This is
Had
our
any
grape
workplace
crusher.
accidents?
The de-stemmed grapes are
Fall into
crushed
the
into a
valve and
thick
get
pulp
crushed
by
to a
a
pulp.
powerful rotating
You have to be
cylinder,
a bona fide
making
idiot.
each grape
Waste of
quite
space,
impossible
doesn't
to
it?
ID. Follow me, please. Next on our tour is the fermentation atrium. In these spacious tanks, which could easily be able to contain a couple of hundred human bodies, The sugars in the wine are converted to alcohol. This is also where we squeeze the must into a fine juice using our grape presser.
Fascinating.
Come along. This is the facility's grape presser, where the freshly crushed pulp is pressed through a fine filter, leaving only the flesh and skins behind. Much more efficient than the ancient practice of grape stomping, but also less personal. Our large fermentation tanks are constructed from solid French oak, and each contain up to 500 gallons
Looks
of
like
grape
an
must.
accident waiting to happen.
You don't want to fall in,
Occupational hazard.
but if you do,
Burnwood?
at least you'll die happy. Final stop, the barrel room. Nothing dramatic, just wine biding its time. The vault next door contains our most precious bottles, but the access doors are made from ballistic glass and can only be unlocked from the security room high above our heads. So, unless you're the Sparrow, don't get any ideas.
Remarkable.